Hey guys, thanks for joining me. I have yet another Temu mold. And before anybody says you need to stop shopping on Temu, I bought basically a bulk order because there were a bunch of other things that I actually needed, and so I got a whole bunch of really cheap molds to work on as well. My nephew's theme for his bedroom is dinosaurs, because my brother-in-law loves dinosaurs. So I bought this technically for another purpose. What I'm going to do is I was going to use this and a couple of these and then crochet some dinosaurs and sew some dinosaurs and make like a little mobile. But I don't want the chime kit to go to waste. So I'm going to do the actual chimes. It comes with the string, or I don't know what it's called. Yeah, it's just like a string. It has little beads in there, and then it comes with the actual chimes. This is what they're strung from. I'm not sure why it's a sunflower, but I'm sure I'll use this for something else other than the mobile that I was thinking of. Comes with 2 of each type of dinosaur, and then the main focus of the chime. But yeah, my main thought was, I could use one of each of these and then do a crochet dinosaur, a couple crochet dinosaurs, and then maybe sew just little plush dinosaurs, that kind of thing. Something that could be unhooked and he could play with later, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Now, I think I'm actually prepared this time, so I know, shock and awe, but I've mixed up 10 milliliters of resin. This is definitely going to be more than I need, but it's really hard to try and mix 5 milliliters because it does pour pretty quick. So I did 10 and it's fine. I have another project I can use this in. Not a big deal. Again, definitely don't waste resin. Find just a little mold that you have set aside that you don't care what color it is, but it's something that you would actually use, like a bowl or a plate or whatever. I'm going to use some black mica powder, use a couple drops of pigment. Again, these are just generic, no actual brand name. 99% sure I got them from Temu, or sometimes when you buy resin kits, it does come with some mica powder, so it could have come from that. What I'm going to use the black for is I'm going to kind of color in this little nature scene with the little dinosaurs. Do the eyeballs, and then most likely the little spots. Now some of these, like here, there's a circle and then a little tiny circle in the middle, an actual opening where resin's supposed to go. I don't even think my tool is going to get resin in that hole. So probably what's going to happen, I'm just going to try and foresee the future here. Resin's not going to go in there, and there's just going to be a giant bubble. But I have acrylic pins that I'm hoping are small enough. How do I already have stuff in here? I'm hoping are small enough to color in like the lines. For example, I want the body and the head to be the same color, but there's these lines here. So I'm going to try and take my acrylic marker pen and color in those lines just so that there's some definition. The same with the mouth here, where you can see the arms and legs, things like that. Because I don't want a two-toned dinosaur, because it's, I'm thinking more primary colors, just because it's a baby, who I'm giving it to, it's more for the baby than for anybody else. So, but that's my plan. So I have the eyeballs, the little spots, and then this scenery here I'm going to do in black. So I already have this mixed up. I'll put in some mica powder. I'm hoping I don't talk so much that this video turns out to be like an hour long, but you know, guys, I do what I can. that much. Okay, some of that, I'm going to go ahead and mix it before I put the pigment in there. It's hard for me to scrape the sides because I can't actually get all of the resin out, so there's little bubbles on the side, but I do what I can with what I got. Okay, so it's definitely transparent, so I'm going to add some pigment. I think the last time I added pigment to one of my projects, it wasn't as solid as I was hoping, but for these things, there's going to be another layer on top of it. I just want to make sure there's enough contrast between the first layer and the second layer. That's my main goal here. It's still pretty see-through. I think I'm going to add a little bit more mica powder. I don't want to use a whole bottle of the pigment. I also like the mica powder. There are some people that are like, just a little bit. No. Nope. That's not how I work. I want all of the mica powder. All of it. Oh yeah. It's definitely, yeah. Yep. That's where we're going, guys. That's where we're going. Okay. I also try and scrape off the stick as well as I can because I try and reuse these. I have 100 bajillion of them, but I want to reuse it. This is the second time I've used it already because I left it in the bowl and popped the resin out with it. So, yeah. Alrighty, let's get to it. It might not be a whole lot of talking, but I'm sure some of you will be okay with that. And again, this tool is just I think it's meant for like pottery, ceramics, that kind of thing. I vaguely remember using one of these in my pottery class in college. I hope everybody had a good 4th of July. I don't know when I'm going to post this, but either way, I hope you had a good 4th of July. I don't even think I should try with... Oh, wait. I think I got it in there. Look at that. Look at me go. Well, I got it in there and I took it out. Let's try it again. There we go. If that's seeable, I will be surprised. I guess I'll have to go back and put some white around it. That is one very dilated pupil. A stone dinosaur on my wind chime. I think this is trying to be a T-Rex. It's a very not scary T-Rex. I guess is okay. bubble. And if you're doing a resin, something like this where you need tiny spaces, I think I've said this in a previous video, you don't have to have anything like that. This specific tool, you don't have to have it. You could use a toothpick, just something that has a pretty fine point, and if you have a metal one like this, just be careful that you're not really scraping, because you can damage the molds by doing that. Not, I wouldn't say damage like it just rips it apart. I mean more like it's not going to have a smooth surface when you take it off. And when resin doesn't have a smooth surface, it's not as clear. I guess is the right word. You sometimes don't get to see the colors like you want to see them. That kind of thing. Alrighty, so we got the little ones out. Let's move these over. Okay, you see a little scene there? I got a little, in my mind it's a mama dinosaur and a baby dinosaur, but I'm pretty sure that's just a distance perspective. Just go with me. I like to think things like that. Okay, so for bigger spaces you can kind of pick up more with the tool and then kind of just guide the bubble where it needs to go. Definitely going to make, I'm pretty sure it's a stegosaurus. I'm not a professional dinosaur person, but I'm pretty sure it's a stegosaurus. Definitely going to make him green. Because what other color should he be? Yeah. A tool like this is helpful, especially in like tiny spaces like that. Because if you don't feed it in, there's a really good chance that no resin will go in there, and then you're just going to have a bubble, which means that no resin's there, and then you have a sharp edge, and just, I'm a little too OCD to be having that kind of stuff happen. That's not okay. Guess you could try and just pour it in here, but I want to see the difference, you know what I mean, like the color difference. You could probably pour it and have just one color, and then when you take it out, this this part here is going to be like a, I think it's called a relief. It's going to be sunken in. So technically you could probably fill that with resin and get the contrast you're looking for. But I kind of want it to be black. I want the trees to be black without making the dinosaur black. And this is all stuff that I kind of just learned on my own. Because when I first started with resin, I mean, like anybody first starting anything, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I'm still learning. But when you get frustrated enough getting all these bubbles, or you can't see the image, my boss has a whole bunch of, I pour resin for him. That's how I even started doing resin, was I pour resin mods for him. He wanted me to practice, obviously, you know, teach myself how to do it. And he had these little tarot card molds. And I'm talking like they were this big, like an inch tall. And they had all the pictures on them, but because it was so small, the pictures never showed up. And I'm thinking, well, I'm going to have to do 2 layers. Well, trying to get 2 layers, or the first layer in the bottom part of the mold, was pretty well impossible. I don't even know how anyone would be able to make those things. So I figured out for bigger molds that if I have some kind of sharp tool to move the resin where it needs to go, then that works out a lot better. You don't have a whole bunch of bubbles, and you can still do the two-tone and see what you're actually trying to make. I'm really just talking, guys. I don't even know if I'm making sense. I apparently can't sit in silence today. Thank you to my new subscribers. I somehow jumped from really wanting to get 50 to over 60. So, hi to the new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed and you like random things, lately I have been doing a whole lot of resin, which is odd for me because I don't like doing the same thing over and over. But I'm still trying to get through some other stuff that's kind of taking up some time. So I can't do the crocheting and all that fun stuff. Also, drop a like. I don't know what that does for the algorithm, but maybe if you like it, more people will see it. And by all means, leave a comment if you have any suggestions or any kind of resin techniques you want me to try, or if you just want to say hi. I react to and or respond to all of the comments because I appreciate the comments. I feel like I'm coloring. I like coloring. Almost there, guys. Oh, that's too much for that spot. There you go. Okay. I think I know these little spots won't be seen once I pour the second layer. It's really too transparent. But I try to clean it up a little. And I'm not pushing really hard, so anybody that does resin and is cringing like, oh my god, I'm not pushing very hard. I'm kind of just gliding it off the top. Okay, it looks like I got all my spots, all my little dinos. Alrighty. So I gotta let this sit, and then, again, I knew that I made way too much of this, but I have another project. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. So I did a little short video. I got this charm. I asked if it was a necklace charm or a keychain, and the couple people that commented said keychain. So I have this little spider web necklace with the spider. Looks like that. So I'm going to pour the black on here to make the contrast. It was actually purchased because I have these spider web earrings, and I thought it'd be really cool to get a spider that can go on it, you know, Halloween earrings. But I couldn't find a spider mold that was small enough, and then this was located. I think it was bought on Temu, not 100% sure because I'm not the one that purchased it. My boss friend was nice enough to get it for me, so I'm going to pour this into that. So again, don't waste resin. Find something else you can use it in, or just a random mold, and go with that. In case you're new, this is what I did with all my excess resin that I had from previous projects. I just poured it into a pyramid mold, and I think it turned out pretty cool. It got all the sparkles and different colored mica powder resin in there. I thought it turned out pretty cool. Right now I'm working on a shelf. I guess I'll show that when I'm done, because I think I've talked about it the last like 10 videos. So I gotta let this sit, and then I will be back to do the next layer. Alright guys, everything is set. The first layer is set. Technically, after a few hours, when it starts getting tacky, I probably could have done the second layer, but I went ahead and waited till it was hard, because you know, there's a fine line between hard enough to where it won't mess up if you pour something on top of it, and still runny enough to mess up the whole thing. So I went ahead and let it all set. And I also added a little bit of some white perfect pearl into the little eyeballs here. That way I didn't have to mix up actual white resin. I'm hoping that works, and that I hopefully didn't get too much powder around it. But I had an idea. For this part, so let me see if you can see. Okay, I poured the black in here, and this part is the same length as the black, but it dips down here around the outline. So I was thinking I could dust some chameleon powder over here, and then fill it with the green so that the dinosaur itself is green. That way it looks more like, you know, like an actual scene. So you have like the blue purple sky with the shadow background. I think that'll look cool. again, that way I don't have to pour multiple layers to do this one little, because it's pretty thin, one little piece. So I'm going to do that. I picked cayenne blue and purple. I opened it up first this time, rather than doing it on camera and being shocked. So that looks like a night sky to me. There is another one that's close, but it's purple and blue, so it's more purpley than it is blue. So I'm going to try and dust this on here. Move this a little closer to me. Still in the shot? Yeah. Okay. So, and again, when you do this, be careful because it will just go everywhere if you let it. I did get a bigger brush this time, and it doesn't matter if it goes over the black because the black's already there. It won't show up on the finished project. I feel like I need to treat this like icing and work inward or in to out rather than out to in. It doesn't go all over the place. Can't tell if it's staying. I think it is. Trying to like set it down and then move it where it needs to go. See, I'm already getting it all over there. Okay. I think I got it. Okay. Let me see. I don't think I have tape. Do some hand sanitizer. Sometimes tape. Oh, that looks pretty in the sunlight. Here, let me see if I can. Look at that. Tape is pretty good at taking stuff out, like the powder off the places you don't want it. I don't have tape, so I'm going to see if I can use tissue with a little bit of hand sanitizer on it. a little bit. Kind of see it on the tissue. Alrighty, we're gonna go with it. Okay, so I'm gonna do red, yellow, purple, green. That just made sense in my head, so that's what we're doing. I mixed up 80 milliliters, more than I'm gonna need. I think there's a trick. If you fill up the resin or the silicone mold with water and then you put it into one of your mixing cups, it'll tell you, it'll tell you how much you need. I just don't think about that until I'm already like halfway through the project, so that's why I kind of, or I just don't think about it at all. It's fine though. There's plenty of extra little projects I do that I still use the resin. I'm going to do yellow first, and then if I have any extra, which I'm sure I will, because I'm using these kinds of cups, which don't have any measurement on it, so I'm eyeballing even more than normal. So if there's any extra, I can mix the green in there, and it should be dark enough to where you can't really tell that it was yellow to begin with. Okay, so yellow, again with the generic color. I don't even know if this is open. Oh, it is. Look at that. The problem with this yellow is it's very transparent. I am going to use mica powder in all of them. The yellow, it's more like a gold that I have, but this was the yellowest that I could find. I'm using a smaller spoon to try and not use a crap ton of powder, though that doesn't stop me from putting multiple spoonfuls in there. I don't know, I guess in some instances I'm just not a less is more kind of person. I'm going to add a little bit more powder. Just wasn't all over the place. Cups are kind of not easy to stir. Can't really scrape the sides because it's got these indentations on the outside. I think this came in when I bought some resin, it came in there in the package. Okay, I think that's good. So the nice part is it does have a little pour spout. Now, whether that works or not is we'll see here in a second. Guess if you go slow enough. Go into the second one. from. My table is obviously not level. Hold on just a second. I'm not sure that that's helping. I think it's helping. See, I'll do projects on here so that I can move it to another table and let it set. That way I can do multiple projects at the same time, as opposed to only one and then not getting anywhere. Sorry guys, it's driving me nuts. You guys probably can't tell. I'm gonna move some stuff over there. Alrighty, I think we're good on that. Just stay where you're supposed to stay, would you? Alrighty, so that's definitely a lot, but I'm gonna see if I can add some more. My mixing stick is all sticky. Green. So we're gonna, where these things are coming from. Got glitter everywhere. Okay, so we're gonna pour some more in there, and we're going to put, I have grass green, that is not open yet. Okay, stick. See, the darker colors definitely make it less transparent. I think it's just because this is like a highlighter. It's really not helping the situation. But okay, oh, that's a pretty green. I like that green. I add some green powder. I definitely don't like these containers. Oh, stuff gets stuck in the little crevices here, and it's not mixed properly. Okay. Yeah, I like that green. Alrighty, so we're doing green on the big Dino. Okay. So I made enough. That'll be a first. Holy crap, guys, I think I made not enough. Like never happens. Okay. I need to change the stick. It's getting me sticky and I don't like it. Don't like it. Hold on just a second. Oh, my boss found this on Amazon, so I bought me some. This stuff is amazing. Okay, so if you have resin on your hands, like you can see I got some on me. You just squirt it in your hand, use it like hand sanitizer, rub your hands together, and the only thing I can attribute it to is like when I was younger, because, you know, we had nothing else to do, I'd put glue on my hands, let it dry, and then it flake off. So that's what it does. It flakes off the resin that's on your hand. And then you can just wipe it off. I'll try and remember to put the link. It's from Amazon. I definitely got that off Amazon. But I put like a pea size in my hand and it got all the resin off. So if you do resin and you get it all over the place because you don't follow directions like I don't, it's a good thing to have. Okay. Yeah. I need to make more. So in this instance, since I have since I only need a little bit and I don't know the exact measurements of the yellow and the green, what I usually do is I'll pour it in the middle. That way it'll spread out the color that is the correct color to the edges, and then you won't really see any difference because the color that won't match will be in the middle. So that's how I'm going to proceed. I only need a little bit. Yeah. I'm going to say that should be enough. Okay. So we got that. Some green. Everything's sticky. This is a prime example of why you should wear gloves, but it's hot and humid in this room. Everything's sticking to me anyways. And I can't do putting the gloves on. It wasn't working. Okay. I really do not like this container. Okay, so we're going to pour it in the middle. Help the resin go where it needs to go. I think so. I hate that the whole room is tilted, okay? So it's not just the table, it's the entire room, which is not helpful. Okay. So that turned out to be a pretty color. I like that color. I'm going to get a different mixing cup because I do not like that cup. It's the first time I've used it, and I guess it will be the last. They are good for mixing the mica powder. That's convenient. Or if you want to scoop a little bit of different kinds of glitter or something, that works too. I just am not liking trying to get some of the little resin dots. Alrighty, so this one I'm doing red, and this one I'm doing purple. Doing purple. Let's go ahead and do the purple one, because the red one, this one I'm going to need to do a little extra work, just to make sure there aren't any bubbles or anything. Okay. Trying to stay in the frame. I never claimed to be a cinematographer. I think that's what they're called. Definitely not one of those. Not a professional in any capacity. Where's my stick? Okay. Yeah, see? You can scrape the edges. The cup doesn't fall apart in your hand. I think those came in some kind of resin jewelry making kit or something. It's the only thing I can think of. Okay. Well, that's a pretty purple. Look at this, guys. I'm not making enough. How is this possible? I always make more than I'm supposed to. We have to make more resin. Crazy talk, guys. It's crazy talk. Just a smidgen more. Purple. Come on. Resin everywhere. Okay, I think this guy needs a little bit more. This one looks good. Okay. Alrighty. We're good on the Triceratops. That's a really pretty color. I did well. Give myself a little pat on the back. I don't have my tweezers. Oops. My eyes stopped working for a second. There we go. Don't need dog hair in there. Although I did see a video this morning making a dog memorial thing, which I know I'm going to be doing for mine because I'm going to be a complete nutcase when they leave me. But it was really cute. Had just a giant resin block, and she took some dog hair and put it in there, and yeah. So okay. I was thinking I made enough to do the flower part. I guess I did not. Okay. Now we're going to do red. This is rose red, so it's kind of got a pink hue. Put enough red in there to cover up the purple. I can already hear somebody watching this going, "This is why you wear gloves, Jackie." Yes, I know. I know that's why you're supposed to wear gloves. Well aware. Okay. It's more of a pinky red, but it'll do. It'll do. Okay, now for this one, I have to do a little more work because I need to make sure that the red goes into the eyeball. So I'm going to put some red in the eyeball first. That way you don't have a giant bubble. Okay. Just has some bloodshot eyes, that's all. This is the funniest looking T-Rex I've ever seen, though, to be honest. Okay. Alrighty, so let's get this poured in here. I think I was working on it for so long, the other ones, that it started getting a little thick. It's not spreading as easily, which is fine. Just help it along. Okay. Just putting a little bit in certain places. Just like I said, it's not spreading like it should. Okay, now I am not going to waste this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some brown in here. Because it doesn't have to be a true brown. I'm going to put the brown on the outside here, on the outside ring. I figured I'd do like a yellow-orange kind of color here, and then brown here, and then black in the middle. So that's that plan. I just didn't realize. I just wasn't prepared because, you know, I'm never actually prepared for my videos. Brown. See, this is, I know you guys haven't seen the whole thing. These are the shelves that I'm making with the extra resin that I have. That way I have something to hold my pigment and it's not just flopping around in a drawer. Because it's really hard to find what color you need when it's just, you know, laying about all willy-nilly. Okay. It's like a reddish brown. I'm okay with that. Got a nice little sparkle in there. So we're gonna put that in here. It's really hard to do this. I'm a little shaky, so. Oh, I'm dripping. You know, I might be, I don't know, I guess we'll find out how stupid I am at the end of the video. Okay, that's that. Now, I need to get that out there. How am I getting that out of there, guys? Let's try this. Okay, I have to make some more resin. That'll take me a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and pause. Okay, so I have about 60 milliliters mixed. Probably way more than I need, but we've already established that. I'm going to put in some perfect pearls. I have mandarin and then gold. So I'm going to mix them together. Because I love sunflowers. That's my favorite flower. But just having it straight yellow or straight orange just doesn't do it justice. So I'm going to try and mix. Yes, I know I'm using a lot. Mix to see that helps capture the color of a sunflower. And I know there's different types of sunflowers. But I mean, they're not really, some of them are straight yellow, but they're not, the other ones aren't really just straight orange, so that's what I'm going with. We're going to try. We'll see what happens. I don't know if, because it looks like a sunflower. I don't know if it was trying to be a sun. It doesn't look like a sun. Okay, this is going to be very transparent. That's okay. Okay, so I like that color. That's a good color. We'll go with it. Alrighty. I think I'm suffering from uneven table again. I don't know how to fix it. Okay. Alrighty. I'm going to still use the red that was left over. I'll pour some of this in here for the center part. That looks to be enough. And we're going to add black. Or cloud. Well, that's more that cloud. It's like a dark gray. Somewhere in there. There we go. So it's not just a solid black, it's still got some of the other tones in there. I think that'll work. Okay, I really like that color. It's crazy how some of the colors you get from just mixing things turn out so cool. You didn't even mean it to. Alrighty. Okay. So we have everything poured. Just gotta let it set, and then I will be back for hopefully a decent assembly. I have no idea what I'm doing with assembly, but we'll figure it out. I don't think it comes with instructions. Yeah, there's no paperwork that came with this. So it's pretty much good luck kind of situation, but I think I can do it. So until then, I will see you when this is all ready. Guys, everything is set, so I'm going to just unmold these. I guess the putting the white in there didn't really do much, but this is a funny looking. I think it's funny looking because there's no teeth. He doesn't have any teeth. T-Rex needs teeth, dude. Black turned out nice there. It's a pretty purple color. Definitely gonna have to put some lining in there, some pins. See if I can get that to be a little more noticeable. Okay, now for the piece we've all been waiting for. Okay, so yeah, you can kind of see what I was trying to go for. Have a little like nighttime scene kind of thing. That turned out pretty cool. Oops. Okay, now these, I'm pretty sure I had a blonde moment, but I have to go look up the picture again to see what it's supposed to look like. Because I don't think this is actually part of it. I think I was supposed to only use this and this. But like I said, there's no directions. This is all you get. You get the chimes, some beads, and string, and then the molds. That's all that came. There were no instructions. Nothing. Okay, so that turned out pretty well. Probably. Well, I could make like an ornament out of it, put something in the middle. If it's not usable. I don't think this is part of it. I think this just happened to be a void in the thing. In the center. Which has a little sparkle in it. Okay. So I'm going to put this all together. I have to find a picture of it first. Obviously these are the dangling pieces. But I don't know, like, I don't know how it dangles. You know what I mean? So I'm going to have to look that up. And then I'm also going to use a pen, a paint pen. See if I can get the lines colored in there. So I'll come back when it's all put together and show the reveal. Guys, this thing was the most frustrating thing to put together. Before I show it to you, I did find it on Amazon too, and even they don't have instructions. It's literally the same stuff, same exact mold, chimes, little beads, string, everything. Everything's the same, but zero instructions. Like, I guess I can't say zero. The instructions they had made 0 sense. It was like, pour the mold, let it get hard, release the mold, do the 6 strings for the dinosaurs. Well, it was talking about the sea turtle one, because they have an elephant one, sea turtle, and dinosaur. So 6 strings for the dinosaurs, and then you cut 4 strings and attach with the chimes. Nowhere is there a diagram. It doesn't tell you where the strings are supposed to go. There are 6 dinosaurs, and the flower part has 11, so it's not even an even number, 11 holes. No clue how that's supposed to go. And then, so I was thinking maybe space, have an empty space in between. That didn't work out because it's not a number. And then the big dinosaur, the mold only has the one hole at the top, but that's supposed to be at the top of the thing. How are you supposed to, like, so I made that the thing that goes behind the chime. I don't know. It was a mess. I don't like it. I'm definitely not doing that again. I would not suggest buying it unless you are wanting to make something else out of it. Like, use the dinosaur molds for something else. And even then, you could probably find better dinosaur molds, okay? Okay. I did the best I could to make it even, because, again, the holes aren't matching up. Nothing is, you don't know what goes where. It's whatever. So this is what I have. It technically works, but, like, this isn't even. And that's because, like, there's... Guys. And then they give you little tiny beads, right? Little tiny beads. I don't know where those are supposed to go. I put them above the chimes, but I have no clue. I did add some lines onto the dinosaurs, so those were at least a little more seeable, but this is probably the ugliest chime I have ever seen in my life. And it won't, I'm glad that I don't need to buy the chimes ever again. I really wish that the flower had an even number of holes. Why it has 11 makes zero sense. Like, have 10 or 12, you know what I mean? That way, if there were 12, then you could have an empty space in between each hole, but there's only 6 of these. And if you did one for each thing, then one of them wouldn't have the same number. My OCD was off the charts with this project. Again, I would not recommend this unless you can find actual instructions. So I put this at the bottom, which is what I thought it went to anyways, but when I looked up the picture on Temu, which is where I got it, and then I found it on Amazon, both of them had this one up at the top. Now, in order for it to be up at the top, it would need to have a hole at the top, you know, to hold it from here to the ceiling or wherever you're hanging it, and then a hole at the bottom so that you can connect this to all of this. There is no hole at the bottom. No? This whole thing, guys, the frustration, the amount of frustration that this thing caused was off the charts. I mean, I guess, like I said, it works. It's doing the chiming, but I would not recommend this. Not at all. I tried to make them all even, and it would have been a lot easier if it came with some kind of, like, bigger beads to wiggle where it's supposed to go, and then, put the string through the bead, and then back through the hole, and then you can kind of, like, level it where it's supposed to be. That would make sense. But these beads are the beads that it came with are microscopic, and the holes are, like, way bigger than the beads. If the beads were bigger, then maybe it'd be easier to make it all level. And then you could hang it and see where you want everything to go. But don't buy this. Don't do it. Don't torture yourself. I do like this dinosaur. This one is cute. But, yeah. So there it is. I've tortured myself for content. I guess that's the way it is. I don't know if I'm going to move. I do like the Triceratops mold. That one's cute. and then this one. And I'll probably use the sunflower again for something else. Not sure what, because it is a little small, but so there you have it. Wind chime, chaos, not even, like nothing is even or level or no. So yeah, that's it. That's where I got. That's what I got. Okay, well, thanks for joining me. Drop a comment. Maybe give me a like. Thanks to all my subscribers. I'm glad y'all could find something fun or useful to get out of my videos, because I know that I'm not always, I am never prepared for any of my projects, but that's just because my brain has like 100 tabs open at the same time. So I have more videos to come. I will try to work in some crochet videos, but like I said on the live, I seem to have gotten a lot more subscribers while I have a lot more resin things, or it's just because I'm posting more consistently. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I don't know how the algorithm works, but drop me a comment, a like. If you haven't subscribed and you want some randomness, go ahead and subscribe. I do say some funny things every once in a while, so that could be entertaining. Stay cool, stay dry, stay healthy, and I'll see you later.